Welcome to the video to support the North Carolina New Schools school planning process. I'm Isaac Lake with NC New Schools. I'm here with my colleague Matt Sears, and we would like to walk you through the school planning process guide and also look at some frequently asked questions.
All of the information for the planning process will be in your live binders, which can be found at livebinders.com. Over the next month, you'll see us making some changes to your live binder. When you come in, you'll see the New Schools website, and the Planning Process Overview tab is where we can find the website we've created for the planning process this year. Throughout this video, we will jump between the website and the live binder. On the Planning Process website, the Planning Guide tab has the School Planning Process Guide attached at the bottom.
The first phase of the school planning process is the collection and review of data. We ask that you submit data in your live binder template. You will notice that we've provided some questions in phase 1 for you to consider with your staff as you collect and review and explore your data. One of these is what other data sources are needed to create a full picture. You do not need to submit answers to these questions to us, but use them with your staff to kick off this process.
In your live binder, you will find a data sheet that we need to have completed in order to best support your school and its growth. You'll notice that we've created a Google Sheet for you to submit your data to us, and we'll go through that by clicking the link to make it larger. The yellow boxes is where we need you to submit the data you have when it becomes available. You'll notice that as you add information, some of the items auto-populate and let you know of your progress. In addition to your school data, at some point during the planning process, we also need for you to submit your 4 to 5 year plan of study if there are adjustments from the previous year. The National Student Clearinghouse data gathers post-secondary data that we find valuable and can provide back to you. And you'll also notice we put last year's data as an archive on this tab here.
The second phase of the process is the school self-assessment. We encourage you to involve all of your staff in a collaborative process to investigate and reflect upon your school's progress. Please use the evidence and data you've gathered together with the indicators for each design principle in the design principles rubric. Please reach consensus with your staff about your progress on the continuum from beginning to new paradigms for each New Schools design principle.
When you've come to consensus as a staff, in your live binder we have a phase 2 self-assessment link where we have our design principle clickable rubric. You can do it in this page, but it can be easier to click the link and come out. In this form, please select where your school identifies itself in each row for each rubric. As you identify, the form is tracking your progress, and then we ask you to move on to the next rubric. In the overall summary, you'll see your results that you've clicked, and you must also select where overall you find yourself as a school for each of the 6 design principles, and then you will submit the form to us, and that will complete phase 2. Please be sure to add your school name, staff member name, and email address at the bottom of the form before clicking submit. This is our only way of knowing who and which school has completed the form.
The third phase of the process is reflection and analysis. After you've completed your self-assessment, there are 3 things we ask you to focus on. For the design principle and indicator you placed at the highest on the rubric, we ask you to identify a representative artifact from your school that demonstrates this indicator at this level of implementation. It may be an example of student work. For the design principle or indicator you identified as the most important to address for the coming school year, we ask that your plan or plans to address this area should inform the development of one of your impact goals, and you would submit that in your live binder. For the design principle or indicator about which there was the largest discrepancy among your staff, we ask you to reflect with your staff how you worked towards consensus to agree where to place the school on that principle or indicator. Again, we do not ask you to submit these answers to us. We hope that the plan to address your high area goal will be in your impact plan in your live binder, but there is no other submission for Phase 3.
And that is a change from last year. And as you come into the live binder, you will see those same bullets, but you will not see a location to submit them because, again, we are not collecting them this year.
Phase 4 is impact planning, which is based on all the phases that have come before. We ask that each school identify 2 or 3 areas for high leverage growth and write a specific impact goal or goals for each one. Please make sure your impact plan includes at least one goal to enhance teaching and learning at your school. And if you are a rural, innovative school, please include a goal to increase college access. Please use the impact planning template in your live binder.
In your live binder, you'll see Phase 4 Impact Plan. When you click it, you'll see a new template for the 15-16 school year where you can put in your goals. I'm going to open this in a new window. Across the bottom, you'll see tabs to add goals 2 and 3. And we ask that you do have at least 2 impact plan goals. In your impact plan, the immediate cells that need to be completed around your goal are the yellow cells. What are going to be your 3-month measurable outcomes? What are your strategies to reach those outcomes? Who is responsible? And what professional development or resources are going to be needed to reach that? Although the immediate need is for the yellow cells, the 3-month cells, we do ask you to start to think about what might measurable outcomes look like at the 6-month mark and at the 9-month mark. In your live binder, you'll notice that we have your 2014-15 impact plan archived for you.
Please make sure that the goals you develop for the coming year are high leverage goals. High leverage goals support full implementation of the new school's design principles. They address an issue in the school that does not have a simple solution. They're based on data and input from staff and stakeholders, and they can be supported directly by your NC New Schools school support team.
We provided an example of a high leverage goal around mathematics in your school planning guide.
Once you have completed your draft impact plan for the coming year, please bring that with you, either in live binder or a hard copy as well, if you'd like, to Summer Institute, where you will receive feedback from your peers from across the network. Please submit your final impact plan through live binder by July 15, 2015.
We ask that your data and self-assessment also be submitted by July 15th. As we jump back to the Planning Process Overview tab in live binder, we want to walk you through the rest of the website that supports the planning process. We've shown you the planning guide and walked you through it. Additionally, we have a support cycle and timeline for your review. Along with this video, we will have a second video that features principals from our network sharing the process they use to create a collaborative and authentic planning process. Finally, we have a frequently asked questions tab where we will be posting questions throughout the planning process between now and July. If you have a question, please submit it to your Education Innovation Specialist. They will give you a response and also post the question here along with an answer for the benefit of the rest of the network.
Thank you for attending this support video for the North Carolina New Schools school planning process.